At the time of the Constitutional Convention in 1787, there were 13 original colonies under a form of government called the Articles of Confederation. Under the Articles of Confederation, the national government could only 1. Declare war, 2. Make treaties, and 3. Conduct foreign affairs. Under the Articles of Confederation, the states held most of the power. In order to pass a law, 9 out of the 13 states needed to agree on it. In order to revise the Articles of Confederation, all 13 states needed to agree on it. Trade was also an issue because the federal government did not regulate it. Currency was also not regulated, so a dollar in Virginia could be very different than a dollar in Connecticut. Taxes were also not regulated. The federal government could only suggest that the states pay taxes, so none of the states paid taxes. There were also no federal courts. This Article of Confederation was created because the Americans were afraid that a strong government with one supreme leader would be too much like Great Britain. Once the framers of the Constitution sent out the Constitution, 6 states quickly accepted. These states were Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, Georgia, and Massachusetts. However, 7 states still remained, including 3 of the key battleground states of New York, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. In some of the 7 states, 2 groups began to develop. The Federalists, who believed that we should ratify this new Constitution, and the Anti-Federalists, who believed that the Articles of Confederation were supposed to be amended, not abandoned. The Federalists believed that the young United States should not have a Bill of Rights, because if we list our rights, that means that we don't have the rights that are not listed. The Federalists also believe that we should have a president, because it will not be like a monarch because they can only serve 4-year terms. They also reminded the Anti-Federalists that the states will still have power because they'll be represented equally in the Senate. The Anti-Federalists believe that the government is already too powerful and too big. They also believed that the states are smaller than a larger national government, so they would have more control. They also believe that a president is just like a monarch because it is one person controlling a country. They also thought that they agreed to have the Articles of Confederation edited, not abandoned. They also thought that the state governments would be overrun by the big national government. And they thought that we need a Bill of Rights listing our inalienable rights. At the convention in 1787, there were many discussed ideas. However, there were 5 very big topics that were very debatable. One of them was governmental power. Many believed that the states should hold the power because they did not want a repeat of Great Britain, while others believed that the national government should hold the power because the Articles of Confederation are not working. What ended up happening is that they agreed to make a stronger national government, but it's limited by the power from its citizens. The next topic discussed at the convention was representation. Small states believed that states should have equal voting power in Congress, while larger states believed that there should be voting based on size. What ended up happening is one of the greatest compromises of all time, called the Great Compromise, where in the Senate, all states are equal. And in the House of Representatives, is voting based on power and on population. Another topic discussed at the convention in 1787 were the election of Congress. Some believed that the power lies in the people, so that they should let the population vote, while others believed that the people are not qualified to vote. What happened then is the Senate would be elected by the government officials, and the House of Representatives would be elected by the people. However, now the people elect both the Senate and the House of Representatives. Another topic discussed at the convention was the issue of who would be an executive. Some believed that we should have one supreme leader, while others believed that we should have a council of leaders. The compromise on this was that there would be a president, George Washington, who would be checked by the legislative branch, the judicial branch. He would have the power to veto and could only serve for 4-year terms, and he would be elected by the Electoral College. The final large topic discussed at the convention was the issue of slavery. Some believed that slavery was not human, while others believed that it's already going down and that it makes the U.S. a lot of money. What ended up happening is that it was not outlawed, but the 3/5 agreement was created, where each slave was counted as 3/5 a person, and it was later outlawed. The Anti-Federalists and Federalists finally came together. The Anti-Federalists compromised by ratifying the Constitution in the 2 key states of New York and Virginia, and the Federalists compromised by creating a Bill of Rights, but saying that we have more rights than listed.
Ready to go.
Why should we study the Constitution? I think that we should study the Constitution so that we know our rights. It is important to know what we can and cannot do and why we have those rights so we can appreciate them. The second reason why I think we should learn and study the Constitution in early American history is so that if we take a stand against the government, we need to know what we are taking a stand against and why the government was created that way. The third and final reason I think that we should learn early American history is so that we understand how laws are made and how elected officials are elected and who we're really voting for when we are able to vote and when our parents vote.